Okay. The bottom of the deck, Taurus, we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles represents feeling left out in the cold in some way. Emotionally, it means that something has gone wrong and you're feeling a little bit hard done to and you're struggling emotionally. You feel emotionally depleted here. Okay, perhaps someone is ignoring you or has left you out of plans, but whatever it is, you're feeling left out in the cold. You'll see these people here, obviously struggling out in the snow, and they can't see that the church could possibly offer them some kind of sanctuary. So feeling left out in the cold. If it's to do with your money and resources, this could be you struggling a little bit financially. So it may be that you're finding making ends meet quite a challenge at the moment. It could be that you don't have enough money at the moment to meet your outgoings, or you're a little bit worried that you're not meeting your responsibilities money-wise. So perhaps you're worrying about where your money's going to come from to help you make ends meet. The next card I have for you is the Hermit card. Now, if you have been left out in the cold emotionally, this card could represent you withdrawing a little bit into yourself. Okay. The Hermit card represents taking time out to be by yourself, to reflect, and to just take your foot off the gas a little bit. It also represents you going inward and looking for solutions spiritually, but definitely taking time out after a hard time. So you may have the feeling of wanting to withdraw, Taurus, because of events or circumstances surrounding this emotional difficulty that you may be having. Possibly it could also be that you can't actually afford to be out and about socializing, and therefore you've taken you're having to be by yourself a lot more because you can't join in on things. The next card I have for you is the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands represents carrying a heavy burden. It's the feeling of being burdened down by too many things. It could be that finance is a burden, or it could be that whatever's happened to leave you feeling emotionally left out in the cold has become burdensome. Perhaps you were in a relationship that wasn't going well enough, or a friendship, or perhaps you're at a job where you feel you've got so much to do, you're struggling to get that done. It's become a burden and you're not really making the money that you think that you should be making here. Certainly, this person is so busy carrying this heavy load that he can't actually see where he's going. So you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the moment, Taurus, by what you're having to deal with. The only good thing about this card is it is the 10, so it is the end of a cycle. So you will soon be able to put your burden down. So something is going to come through universal change that's going to allow you to put this burden down, if it's an emotional burden or a financial burden. Whatever it is that's worrying you. The next card I have for you is the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is a lovely card. It represents an offer, an emotional offer here. So it might be that someone's coming in here to offer you love, and it could be that what is going to ease your burden. Yeah. So Page of Cups can sometimes be a young water sign. So if you have children or relatives from that sign, perhaps they will be offering you some emotional support. Or it could be simply a relationship offer, and the beginning. Now, the page isn't the King of Cups, so it is a very, very much a beginning of something. But someone here is coming in and offering you something quite romantic, possibly. And this may help ease your feelings of being alone here, of being withdrawn, and of feeling left out in the cold. So that's a lovely card. Something coming in there to change things a little for you. Excuse me. The next card I have for you is the Four of Wands. This again is a lovely card, and it represents abundance. It represents celebration. It can actually be news of a wedding. This can be a message about something emotional. Perhaps you'll get invited to a celebration, possibly a christening or a wedding. If it's not an event, then it certainly represents abundance and happiness. So perhaps this offer that's coming in from the Page of Cups will help bring a little bit of happiness and joy back into your life here, and you'll feel much more emotionally abundant and fulfilled. So, next card we have for you is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords can be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius person. However, if it's the energy of the card we want to concentrate on, it can also be some sort of legal decision or some sort of contractual decision, something to do with law. It could be that a decision is made in a court. Perhaps it's to do with this feeling of loss. Could be if you've been through a breakup and you're feeling financially cut off. Perhaps you've decided to take legal action, or maybe you're going through some sort of divorce and this is a court decision around financial matters. If it's a person, as I say, it can be someone who feels is quite stern at times. They think more with their head than their heart. Perhaps this is the person who's left you emotionally out in the cold. Perhaps this is the person who has cut you off or made some kind of decision that's left you feeling this way and made you withdraw into yourself. Perhaps being around them or being involved with them has been burdensome. So it could actually be someone who you've been involved with in the past. Okay. The next card I have for you is the Two of Pentacles. So this could tie in, with the Five of Pentacles. If you're finding economically that you're struggling, financial struggles, this could be you trying to balance your finances and resources and gain a little bit more equilibrium. It sometimes represents the card of robbing Peter to pay Paul. It may be that you're finding it quite hard to balance your finances and to make ends meet. You can see on the background here there's quite stormy weather. So something that has happened here to make you go in on yourself and feel cut off. It could be this is you now starting to regain balance. Could be part of a legal decision that allows you to start to balance your finances. Perhaps you're waiting on a decision about alimony and inheritance, money that was owed to you that you didn't have, you didn't get. So it could be there's a decision made here that allows you to start balancing your resources in a better way. And the reason that I'm saying that is because the overall energy of your card is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is someone who is usually single. So it could be that someone's left you out in the cold, possibly this person, if it's not illegal, if the card is not about a legal person. And now you're on your own here. However, the good news about this part is that this Nine of Pentacles, it represents someone who has enough finances to be independent and not reliant on anyone else. So whatever this decision, if this is a legal decision, you're going to start to be able to balance your finances much, much better. And you're going to finally reach this position that you're looking for to be able to get by on your own quite nicely, thank you. This person is, I'm not saying really wealthy, but they have a lovely robe. They have plenty of pentacles. They're enjoying the finer things in life here. They like luxury and they also enjoy nature. So there's a balance here between the material things and the more spiritual, esoteric things here with nature coming into play. So this ties in here very nicely with regaining your balance. So if you are struggling, Taurus, these cards tell me that you are going to regain balance financially. If it's to do with emotions, again, this is feeling left out in the cold. You will rebalance yourself emotionally. And you will reach a point where you're happy to be on your own and able to be on your own, emotionally and financially. Okay. The next card for overall energy is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is a messenger. That's two messengers you've had in your reading. Okay. The Page of Wands is a call to action. Okay. Wands represent action. They can represent career. Could be you get some good news about your career that allows you to balance your finances. Maybe a raise, maybe a new job if you're not already employed. So the Page of Wands is a message that calls for action. Okay, so that'd be interesting to see how that ties in with your reading. I'd be interested to hear what that message might be and whether or not it's to do with this balancing of finances and new abundance coming. Negative thoughts and self-criticism are diminishing your sense of worth, and as such, you do not see the beautiful and unique qualities you possess. At the core of your being, you hold endless love and creative possibility. Love and creativity are your true nature. The things you don't like about yourself and believe to be bad or are ashamed of are just as good and valuable as the things you do like about yourself. Everything in our world consists of complementary opposites. Yin and yang, or positive and negative charges, are a necessary part of life and exist in everyone and in everything. Without this, nothing in our world would exist. In rejecting aspects of yourself, you are in a way rejecting the whole nature of existence. It is only through embracing and loving yourself totally that balance can be restored. You do not need to improve in order to be successful and happy. You just need to change the perceptions that you have of yourself. Love and accept yourself as you are, and your life will automatically transform. You don't need to change who you are, you just need to love yourself. So perhaps this time out that you're taking to go inward will allow you to regain your spiritual and emotional balance. And this card is just coming in to reassure you that you have everything you need. All you need to do is love yourself. And I think you're going to be successful there, Taurus, because here you're managing on your own here, and you have abundance coming in for you, despite what this burdensome situation has been in the past.